Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great today. Okay, so I just wanted to give us a quick update on what has been going on in the Sahel region of Africa. But before I do that, I want to encourage you to please remember to subscribe to our channel and make sure that you share the videos that we publish as widely as you possibly can. And also, I want to make reference to the very last video that I had published. No, not the last one. I think second to the last video that I published, in which I spoke about chemtrails and all of that. And of course, it was flagged with something that talked about contrails. Let me make it evidently clear to everyone watching me right now. Do not listen to the nonsense they are putting out there, attaching it to my video or to any other video that talks about chemtrails. Chemtrails, not conspiracy theory, period. Listen to what I said to you. If you want to understand more about chemtrails, go to my channel on Rumble and watch the video I published that they did not allow me to upload to YouTube, so you can understand the origins of chemtrails and what they are doing to our people through these chemtrails. They're very poisonous, they're very dangerous. So don't listen to all that nonsense where they post something and say, oh, contrails, as if they're trying to counter what we are saying. I don't just get up and make videos. I do my research properly before I come out to make a video. So that's just about that. Now let's go to what is going on in the Sahel region, okay? For some time, we've been talking a lot about Niger Republic and what's happening in Niger. And of course, if you've been following the news, you know that as at this time, there's a problem in Niger. And it's a very funny problem that makes a lot of people wonder, really, France? I mean, are you this desperate for the treasures and the resources in Africa? The regime in Niger decided that it was time for the French ambassador to leave the country. And they said, pack up and go. We don't want you here anymore. No matter how you look at it, they came to power through a coup d'etat. We know. Paul Biya of Cameroon came to power through a coup d'etat. He is one of the greatest allies of France on the continent of Africa today. Too many people who came through coup d'etats to power in Africa are French allies. Some of them have died, some are still in power. France never labeled any one of them illegitimate. But a coup happens in Niger that was not at the instance of France, or that was not supported by France, or that was not engineered by France. And all of a sudden, that coup is now labeled illegitimate. And for that reason, the French ambassador in Niger Republic has adamantly refused to go home when the authority in the country is saying go home, even if you don't agree with them. Even if you think in your head that they are illegitimate. As a matter of fact, none of us support coup d'etats. I would never, in my right senses, stand here to say that I support coup d'etats. But when it is necessitated by the evils of colonialism, I bet you everyone, including myself, will give it thumbs up. Because that's what we are seeing across the continent of Africa today. Things that ordinarily we wouldn't have supported, we are now suddenly supporting because it's become our last resort to escape from the colonial plantation in which you guys have kept us all these years. And so the guy refused. They said, leave. He said he's not going to leave. That he doesn't recognize the government of the day in Niger. And Macron made a speech and praised him for refusing to leave Niger when they had asked him to leave. They cut power and cut water to his embassy where he lives. They even said nobody's going to supply food or anything to this place. And the guy still refuses to leave. It's not because the guys who are asking him to leave are illegitimate. It is because they don't know how to stomach the fact that they are losing Niger Republic. They can't just imagine that Niger has just slipped from their hands. And to worsen it all, it fell from their hands and into Russia's hands. Their Iraq enemy. This is what is going on in Niger right now. So after the Gabon coup that happened yesterday, you know what is happening now? The military authority in Niger have now decided, you know what? We're giving you to September 3rd. We're not even waiting because the French army in Niger were supposed to leave probably about 3 weeks or 1 month later. But now they brought it forward and said, we are giving you till September the 3rd to get out of Niger Republic. So you can imagine if the military is being asked to leave on September the 3rd, what is the ambassador going to be doing there? Why the recalcitrancy? Why the obstinacy? Why the arrogance? The temerity, the effrontery to refuse to leave when you are asked to leave. Even if you don't believe they are legitimate, they are the ones that everyone is talking to. You can't go to Niger now and speak to Bazoum. These are the guys you have to talk to, even if you want peace, even if you want to negotiate anything. So for the minute that they are in power, why would they tell you to do something and you arrogantly say you are not going to leave? It is that same colonial mentality of slave master slave relationship which is now breaking away from our necks all over Africa. That's why all of a sudden now we have Gabon. While ECOWAS was still thinking of what to do in Niger, while AU was imposing sanctions, while the whole of European Union have been cooking sanctions for Niger, Gabon just happened. A man has been in power almost all his life until he died and left. Yeah? And when Bongo died, his son took over. It was a very unpopular transition to power. The Gabonese did not like it, but it happened because it is power inherited from his father because France wanted it to be so. It's not the first one. It's happened in Togo. Iyadema, he left. When he left, what happened? His son took over. Go and read the history of these men, how they came to power. If Iyadema was still alive, he would still be in power today. And France will still call him great ally. The way they call Paul Biya, the great ally. But they come around and come to teach us democracy in Africa, and you listen to them. They have all their armies and soldiers surrounding our resource centers in these countries, all the places where they are mining our resources. While they're busy doing that, these bloodless coups are taking place. It was after Gabon happened that we realized that Gabon has the world's largest manganese mine. The world's largest manganese mine is located in Gabon. Without manganese, how do you use your battery? It's in Gabon. That's plus the oil, the Total, and the rest of them, and drilling every day. But look at the lives of the people. So something is going on the continent of Africa. And not just on the continent of Africa, but with the black race. I feel like we were unjustly relegated to the background in the affairs of this world. We were unjustly reduced to paupers, to slaves, even though we were born to be the masters, the kings, and the princes. And so it almost appears as if God has arisen for the black race on this earth. Because I just saw a news flash For the second time in 1 month, the United States State Department is asking Americans in Haiti to get out, to go away, go home immediately, with an incredible sense of urgency. Go home, whether you're using commercial flight or private flight, just get out of Haiti. But then you talk to people on ground in Haiti, they say, but everything is peaceful, everything is quiet here. We don't have any crisis, even though there's crimes here and there. They have all these gang wars and stuff like that. People are being killed, but it's not as extreme as they're painting it or making it out to be. Why are they making this look like there is war going on in Haiti? Someone even went on ground to say, look, everywhere is peaceful. Why are they raising alarm? They now suspect that America is probably planning to start a military operation in Haiti. And that military operation is the kind that when it starts, it might not end. The military might be there for a very long time to come, because it looks like there's some type of intelligence that this wave of change, blowing across the continent and touching black people all over the world, that it might actually go the way of Haiti, and some type of power change or regime change or something or a shift might happen there that would tilt the balance from the unipolar world to the multipolar world. In other words, to Russia. Nobody knows what the intelligence is. I can't speculate a lot on this because I don't have all the details, but this is what I have read so far. So something is definitely going on with the black race on earth. This is why, if you look around Africa, immediately after Gabon, most presidents in Africa suddenly began to reshuffle the military. About 1,000 officers sacked, generals also retired in Rwanda. And then Paul Biya of Cameroon immediately began to reshuffle his own military architecture in the country. And then so many other places. We even heard some news that Nigeria looks like they're also, thinking to do something as well with the military. So there's so much panic and fear in the hearts of leaders in different parts of Africa, because they can see that the change that is blowing like a mighty Russian wind cannot be contained, it cannot be controlled. I don't know, when I saw that of the Rwanda, Paul Kagame, I was like, okay, because I know a lot of people keep telling me, Joe, stop loving that man, he's a dictator. But I don't know why. For some reason, maybe because I went to Rwanda and I saw a lot of beautiful things, and I saw peace and serenity, and I saw decency. Maybe that's why I just took to, I just started liking him. But a lot of people say, no, don't like this guy. So I don't know why he might want to do that. I don't know whether what he's doing is because of the fear of what could happen given the spate of cues that are happening on the continent, or whether it is a seasonal thing that, governments usually would do. When a new government comes, or when a new season comes in the life of the government, they decide to remove these army officers and then bring in new other army officers. Nobody knows. But the truth of the matter is that it's happening at the time that there is so much fear and panic in the air all over Africa. And dare I tell you that even the reshuffling of your military might not be able to help that much. Because what is happening, it's not because the guys who have been affected were careless or because they didn't listen to advice. It was because the time has come. You African leaders, we love you guys, right? But you see, when you have sold your soul to the colonial masters and have accepted to trample your people underfoot, I tell you this, what has now come is called revolution. It is called silent revolution. No man born of a woman can stop it, because no man started it. It is not started with the hands of a man. It didn't even come out of the thoughts or the mind of any man. It came from the wombs of God, and that's why nobody can stop it. So all you need to do is, it's either you call your colonial sponsors and paymasters, or puppet masters and tell them, you know what, it's been so long. But I tell you this now, enough is enough. I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. I want to go to my people. I want to do what my people want. Let them castigate you. Let them use their media against you, but tell the people the truth. You will see that the people will support you regardless. If you have to stay in power, you must turn your back to evil now. Because reshuffling your military, I bet you, I don't see that it's going to help that much. Something is going on in Africa, and it is something good. And this, I would say today, is as a result of the many prayers that so many of us have prayed over the years. That's how I know that prayers work and God answers prayers. These are just the early stages. This is just early morning stage of what is happening or what is to come. There is so much more. Look at, almost like every month or every week, there's a new queue. Who knows where the next one is going to happen? That's why you need to amend your ways and go for the people. Your colonial powers will never be able to protect you again, because what is coming is greater than whatever it is they have put in place to entrench you and impose you and their policies on the people who don't want them. May God give you and all of us wisdom to do what is right when the time is right. God bless you.